5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring them out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, goddammit. Here I am. We got another president. He's back for a repeat. You know, there's so many angry folks. I can't. Boy, it is a bad thing. It's a bad thing, I guess, for someone to lose or concede. I mean, I thought it was we live in as people would say, a democracy. So, all's fair and whatever the fuck it is you're doing. The man won, goddammit. Leave it alone. And furthermore, it's time for change, goddammit. Maybe we can get something shaken now, man, because trust me, the Dems ain't do nothing but run on motherfucking muck based on their programs. And trust me, I voted Democrat for years. It's just that, yeah, man, get tired of the same old bullshit, same old lies and nothing and nothing and nothing. I'm not going to say he's any better, but, at the same time, shit, he did one. He won it unanimously. God damn, by a landslide. Oh. It's like a fucking fight. And you want to think, did she even pinch him? But that's enough of that, man. I want to move on to what people are angry about. People are angry. First off, you're angry about the election. I know a lot of you are. There are a lot of people that are happy about it. But then you're angry about people going to do what it is that they do. All right. Y'all come on here and y'all talk about these guys, Snoop and Nelly and Rick Ross, performing at the inauguration. I don't see why everybody's so mad. They're doing what they do. They're doing their job. Most people say, "Oh, you turn the money down." No, fuck no, I'm not turning no money down. No, I'm turning nothing but my collar. Because none of you feed me or clothe me or pay the taxes I got to pay based on the things that I've earned. And it's a goddamn shame that poor people do dumb shit whenever it comes to people who are on another level or operating on a different level and wavelength in their life, and they got to do certain shit to make their shit happen. But some people may say they're coons. Now, the question I do have is, what was the change with Snoop? Because in 17 or whatever, he won the first time. It was basically, he was going to call out whoever was going to perform for the man back then, but they just had to change your heart. And some may say, well, he pardoned Harry O, got him home, and a few other people, and that kind of thing. But you know what? I can attest to that too, because honestly, man, I know what it's like to be sitting there and waiting on some quote unquote bureaucrat to do some shit in regards to some sort of reform based on a situation and a scenario when you have been sitting somewhere and it's unfair and undue and unjust. And you get nothing but a bunch of lip service. But then when you get somebody that comes along and actually makes a move to make something happen, then okay, that kind of sways your vote. So I can see how that could potentially be the deciding factor to say, well, fuck it, I'll go ahead and take his money and perform. But everybody has something to say about that, man. And honestly, man, you would take the motherfucking money too. We ain't gonna sit here and play. I ain't even gonna play with you, because trust me, yeah, the dollars is right. They ain't he's not nickel and diming them. They're gonna get that money. Yeah, they're gonna get that money. But the man's in office, and there's a lot of things he's got going on. He's gonna be changing and doing, and yeah. I feel for you. Well, I don't feel for you. I just know that y'all thought it was sweet. Everybody that's been sitting home these last 2 years or so, yeah, you're gonna be taking your asses right back in the office. No more robbing for the government. Y'all gonna get your asses back to them desks. No more working at home. Oh my gosh, man. Listen, got to come to an end, baby. If the Dems would have had it, y'all to still be home. I guess that's what y'all, the part of the winning aspect of the vote. I guess that you would have received or gotten or what have you. I don't know, man. Listen, I can't call it. Um, you know, it's a goddamn shame that we go through the shit that we go through and we do the shit that we go and do when it comes to how we feel about things like the stuff that's actually getting ready to come down the wire. I heard about it a few days ago, but it is actually potentially going to be a thing. Baby mamas, that tax credit you was getting, or you had the position to go and be first and file and get the baby on the taxes from your baby daddy. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be a situation for you. If you put him on that support, you will not be able to file taxes on that baby. That's one of the things that's going to be signed into place. Goddamn shame. Because I've seen a lot of fellas go, hey man, I can't even claim the taxes on it because you got the baby and I'm giving all my money too. Damn. I guess brothers are going to get some sort of reprieve on this one, huh? Yeah. But, an interesting one for me is the defending of the women from gender ideology extremism and restoring the biological truth to the federal government. Basically, what's actually he's basically saying is that boys are boys and girls are girls, and yeah, he's not acknowledging anything else other than that, and he's defending women's rights in that way. God damn, man, you got to read this, to really see where it's going and how they're actually placing this thing into effect, how it's going to really affect some folks that really want to claim other things like gender identities. They will reflect a full internal and subjective sense of self disconnected from biological reality of who the fuck you are. So basically, at some point in time, put your ass away. I'm just saying, man, listen, y'all rolled along here and y'all got a lot of goddamn civil rights based on things that had nothing to do with you and your disturbing behavior. Yeah. I know goddamn well. I would feel as a father to walk into a bathroom and see someone who I know is not a woman in there in the bathroom in the stall next to my daughter or my granddaughter. It'd be a problem. It'd be a whole problem. But to each his own. There's a lot of people who want to defend certain shit because they want to be politically correct. Man, fuck that shit. I know goddamn well, just like the man that just got himself in some trouble a few times ago, a few things ago, because it kind of did happen. And he ended up beating the man to death. So it happens, man. I'm just saying. You can't we can't be too liberal to the point where we can't govern right from wrong. So, I'm not knocking how people live their life, but goddamn it, living it out loud a lot of times, man, can cross over to things and places where it's downright irresponsible. Yeah. So everybody got that fuck you mentality. So, fuck you. Yeah. Um, the other thing that's interesting to me, based on the things that are actually going to be initiated, okay, um, is the designation of this is how they're going to remove a lot of the immigrants that are here, the illegals. They'll be designated as some sort of cartels or other organizations as foreign terrorists. Um, and based on that, depending on how they're moving on the things they're doing, they will instill certain aspects of the law here, even to the point of, as they're stating, death if they were to harm any American citizens or law enforcement. They're using the National Guard to go to the border to enforce or reinforce the sectors of law enforcement that are already there. And yeah, I guess the roundup's about to begin. Yeah. Um, damn. But there are some people that did come in here and build little communities and begin to prosper. But I'm not, it's nothing I could really say because it's still stealing, goddamn it. Because you have no business being here. You're illegal, goddamn it. Do it right or go the fuck home. You coming in here and you fucking up shit. Yeah, for those that are here to some degree, reaping the benefits that you have that they say you benefited. I can't speak to all those things because I didn't see them per se myself, but you know, to some degree, there is certain things that have happened that have indirectly affected us as we are here as people from here. All right. Um, but back to the man. He's in the office. He's getting ready to do some things. And yeah, I'm tickled. I'm tickled pink to see what it is because honestly, man, listen, everybody's feeling. If you if you if you see the people and you know who the difference in the peoples are, and I'm saying it because where I'm at and where I would live, it's like you could cut it with a knife. It's like you cut the tension and disgust with a knife. So I'm tickled to see that people have this much angst about this particular election when there have been so many different times that we voted on things and we voted wrong. We've been voting wrong forever, man. What the fuck difference does it matter now? And we as FBA, we ain't got a damn pot, no piss, no nothing from nobody. Period. So my position on all this shit, it does not affect me one bit. I'm out here to get mine. I'm gonna get mine regardless. And if some crazy motherfucker decide to turn the lights out on this small planet tomorrow, hey, we in the car. We got to ride. We just gonna ride to the end. That's it. I mean, my thing is, your team didn't win, nigga. Move on to the next, man. Get it the next time. Rally the troops the next time. You got to be able to fall in line and actually wish for the best, man. Wish for the best outcome that these people or these individuals, whoever it would have won, whether it would have been her or him, they do the best for all of us because it's just that important. We got to pray for the people to really get into their own humanity and really do the right thing. Yeah, not just what they feel is right for them, but the right thing for everybody. And as humans, that's difficult because we all have our own feelings and emotions about what we feel is right for your own people. And we as black people, shit, we screwed up a whole lot. Largest group with the buying power in the world, but we have no unity, no together, no nothing, no togetherness on any aspect, which is bad. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. As we begin this 2025, man, a lot of things are going to change. How we view things, how we view the country in which we live in, because we have, or this period of time has awakened a lot of people that we haven't seen moving around in about 30, 40, or 50 years. And they're moving without any regard or care. They're at this point, they're fearless. And I'm gonna be honest, man. Listen, I haven't seen any YT folks moving around the way they're moving around right now. So I'm gonna say for my people, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. All right. And, for all intents and purposes, a lot of people claim to be patriots. And that in itself can go very, very wrong for a lot of folks, man. And we saw this before. And just because they've gotten things that they wanted doesn't mean it'll stop there. Because honestly, this is the thing that perpetuates people's cockiness. Yeah. The big fuck you and I can do what I want to do. And yeah, this is our thing. The bad thing about it is this: they believed that they were the ones who made it happen, when in all actuality, it was us. Say it again. They believed that they were the ones who made it happen, when in all actuality, it was us. That's the only thought that they have for us, where they don't engage us. So when I'm saying this, and it might go over your head, a lot of you can walk around and say, "Hey, I'm a part of that vote." Means nothing. You still who you are. Beware. Beware. Um, and as far as Snoop and Nelly and Rick, Soldier Boy, get paid. Fuck these folks. They angry for nothing. Because trust me, if they were given the same opportunity to make that money, they would have made that money too. They certainly would have made that money too. So all I'm gonna say is this: let this time be a time of learning and reflection of all the things that we have done and had done to us within the last, let's say, a mile marker of 10 years, 15 years. In 15 years, we've had 3 presidents. Yeah. 15 years, we had 3 presidents. See what the reflection of each term was: great, not so great, bad. Any real progression? What were the real benefits? And let that be your guide about how you need to be moving for yourself. Because honestly, at this point, it is every man for him, man and woman for themselves. Yeah. We don't know what's going to actually happen tomorrow. There's a lot of things that's happening. I'm going to tell you something. People have a lot of anxieties going on. And I'm saying this because people are, there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of anger. We just don't see it yet. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it rise to the top yet. It's there. It's festering. People get confident when they win. You know, they get to talking shit. They get to doing things because winning. You got to be mindful, but be how do I say? Be proactive. Put yourself in a position to have all the things that you need, and keep them there just in case you need it. Because it's better to need it or have it and not need it, and than to need it and not have it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Because see, the climate's about to change for all of us drastically. Drastically. Here's a question. I'm gonna bleed over into this, right? What's wrong with this picture? Tell me what's wrong with this picture right here. What is wrong with this picture? See, if you look at this picture, everybody's here with their wife except for him. Where is Michelle? As the first lady, regardless of whether you wanted to support Donald Trump, you still should have came to President Jimmy Carter's funeral. You know, this was supposedly the quintessential couple, the example of the black couple. But there is rumblings. There are rumblings about the fact that this is a past that is fucking past. Because the boy out here bunny hopping with Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, man, he's creeping around, and it's the talk, man. He's traded off the honey for the bunny. He has traded off the honey for the bunny, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. If they divorce, boy, there'll be no other story you need to tell for 2025 unless they blow some shit up. Trust me, this is it, especially for quote unquote black folk. Yeah, This is right here. This is the telltale. She should have been at this funeral. Everybody's there with their spouse. All of the first ladies were there except for her. Someone was saying they were making excuses, saying she had this and that to do, or she was a little under the weather, but that's bullshit. 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 He was caught the other day going into the restaurant to see some lady. But this ain't the first time that he's been creeping around with some lady. A couple of months back, well, actually, it was in the summer. There was a time where he was sitting in in the rear of a restaurant, actually a hotel restaurant, and someone walked up to on him with a gun, which was a undercover security guard. But he was in the rear of the hotel or that car waiting to see this person. Yeah, because this is not new. So, wow. All I can say is, damn, this is what we doing, man. But you got the nerve to come out here and try and shame us brothers, but you out here doing the damn do and the deed to Eminem. Wow. That's bad. Well, Jennifer Aniston, she's a friend. She's a friend from friends. Yeah. Mm. Bunny hopping like a mother. Damn. Damn, Barry. Damn. Yeah, but you didn't hear it from me first. I'm just relaying and conveying what's on the way. But yeah, keep your ears and eyes open because it's coming down the pike because, yeah, it's imminent. Michelle has not been showing up to anything that has to do with his office any longer. And, she's quote unquote on her book tour and talking about how she really didn't want to be the first lady and all this kind of stuff anyway. So blah, blah, blah. The problem I have with this is this. It is proven to most black households or black relationships. Even when there's problems, we do not have a united front for any goddamn thing. When in all actuality, this is still messy. It's as messy as I don't know what, because these people should be able to have a united front on whatever it is they're doing to at least keep their faces intact. But hey, here we are. The man is out here doing him, and she's somewhere doing whatever it is she's doing. That's it. That's all. Bam. And Jenny from no, well, Becky with the good hair is in the picture. Boom. Code X. Can't trust nobody. I say it all the time. Even Judas came to all the prayer meetings. Even Judas came to all the prayer meetings. Can't trust no goddamn body. Most of us out here sleeping with the enemy right now. Don't even know it. Motherfucker over there sleep with a fucking 2-shot Derringer and a razor blade under their pillow, waiting for you to go to sleep so they can slit your throat and shoot your head off. Yeah, you better check your oatmeal in the morning. Make sure ain't no poison in there. Damn. Motherfuckers is rolling just like that. You gotta think, you put all this time into this marriage and this relationship and all this work to meet goals in each other's lives and raise children and everything else, only to get to a point where you say, hey, I don't want you no more. I want something else. You should be able to get beyond that bullshit and say, hey, man, I love you, but I just want to do it to somebody else for a little while and then come on back home. Or can I bring her home to us? I'm just talking shit, man. You know damn well the majority of the house ain't happening anyway. Ain't nobody's trying to be no sister wife for nobody, you know. But that's some gangster shit if you can pull it off. I mean, take my hat off to you. But more so than not. Damn. Damn, Barry. You done shot yourself in the foot with this one. Wow. Wow. So all I can say is wow. If you like the show, man, I'm here, man. You know, hit the subscribe button, man, and smash the like and pluck the bell. Let me know you came through, and yeah, need you to do that, man. Leave it in the comments. Anything, any ideas you got for the show, any thoughts in your head you want to let me know that you had them. Put it down at the bottom, man. Also follow me on Instagram. Yeah. Once again, man, hit the subscribe, smash the like, pluck the bell. Um, wow. Number 47. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? After everything. We got a brother in the White House. We got a we got a nig we got a nigga in the White House. Think about it. He got baby mamas. He done lost the job. He done filed bankruptcy a couple times. He done been convicted of some things. I mean, there's still, little things he could probably get overturned, but he's been in he got a mugshot, been to jail. Yeah. And he's been known to hang in the trap house long before he came and got this office. He been on the scripts with the goons. Yeah. Motherfucker was cool with everybody until he decided to run for president and said he was a Republican. Now it was fuck him. He's a racist. Come on, man. Make it make sense. He's the closest thing to a nigga we'll ever, excuse my friends, we'll ever see in the White House. Because trust me, Barry wasn't it. Barry was not it. Barry was a goddamn fabricated image of what Dresser was on the Five Heartbeats. Yeah. Harry Lennox, he said it. He said right there when they decided to run, he ran for office before he won. Harry Lennox was on Tavis Smiley, and he said it. They were college roommates, and when they chose him, he disappeared. And everything you see him do, if you watch the Five Heartbeats, that is Barry Soetoro. I mean Barack Obama. Yeah, Harry Lennox. Everything from his walk to the way he talks. All of that. That is Harry Lennox Jr. Go watch the Five Heartbeats and watch Dresser. You will see what I'm talking about. Yeah. But this one over here now, yeah, nigga, he one of us, Holmes. I'm just talking shit, man. Listen, the facts is the facts. Think about it. That was nigga out here got about 2-3 baby mamas. He got a rap sheet. Credit fucked up. I mean, you can file some bankruptcy. Either he filed bankruptcy or you got some bad credit. One of the two. So it's kind of in line, like kind of right there. And then you're looking at the fact that, yeah, excuse my French. Excuse me. He been fired, lost the job, got another job, got the job back. Probably went over there, begged for the job and campaign and got the job back. And he go hard. He been shot. He did a whole bunch of shit. Come on now. I mean, nigga, you gonna take their shirt off like you got a little grace right there. Pew. Oh yeah, nigga try to shoot me over here on the yeah, all of that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Make it make sense. He ain't fake, man. I mean, a lot of people out here just doing whatever they do, being fake, talking about how their mama used to wash all the greens in the tub and a whole bunch of shit they used to do. Yeah. And knowing damn well they ain't did none of that, because trust me, they ain't do nothing but play sitar, sit on the floor and make pita bread and couscous. And yeah. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. I can't do fake, man. I just can't. Honestly, man. Even if the facts is that he is an enemy, I respect the fact that I know that I'm his enemy. I don't want nobody smiling at me. and doing shit to me that burns me. I like people that have integrity. Even when we are art, we got art with each other. I can tell you, I don't like you, motherfucker. And I don't fuck with you, and there's nothing we can do. So you gonna know what I'm gonna do, and whatever I'm doing for the benefit of me and mines, and that's it. And because I have to do it in a manner in which everybody can benefit from it, that's as far as I'm gonna go as far as my extension to you. And this is what the problem is with us as black folks. We believe that if we cast our vote, something's going to be done directly for us. It never will. We have to look at the individuals in which we are voting for, and we are looking for people who don't need the handout. That's going to go in and do things that are going to benefit them, but at the same time, we have to watch the things that are benefiting them so that it can benefit us. Even if it goes to the point where we have to opt out on things like carrying our own birth documents, doing corrections and things of that nature so that we can reap our diplomatic statuses in this country and live under a republic as opposed to a democracy, so that way we can really reap the benefits, like the quote unquote the $2 Indian that they created that lives on the reservation. So when we talk about Barack Obama, there are certain concessions that would have put in place for those Indians. But there were another set of Indians that lived off the reservations, and it was in black and white on these documents, which actually came off. And I have them, I'm going to post them here. The Negroes, we were indoctrinated into some of the benefits that they were supposed to receive or receiving now. And I'll tell you like this, all of my people should start getting into the point where they are in the state of correcting their status, getting a living certificate as opposed to a birth certificate, changing your passports, getting your do not detain statuses, all of those things in place because they're entitled to you. Now it's the time to do it. Because I tell you, if you got a driver's license in your pocket, your regular status is not going to matter in a few months. You're going to need to do something. So, yeah. I'm just saying, man. I sit here and I talk my shit, but I'm aware of a lot and I do a lot quietly. But I think that it's time to start sharing these things with you guys, because there comes a time when you're going to have to be able to fall under something else that's bigger than what's being sold. We have a level of protections out here that we have not tapped into because we don't know anything about it. The majority of us don't. And yet and still we've been taught to sit around and ask for a handout, even to the tune of reparations. Sure, we should be entitled to receive those things if we can trace our ancestors back to the things that happened to us, the atrocities. Yeah, we should. But at the same time, there are things that have been put in place long before we got here that we need and should be taking advantage of, because at the same time those people were suffering, they were still able to put things in place to receive things. So yeah, do your research. Fuck what people are telling you because they're angry, because their agendas are not being pushed. You have to be in the mindset to say, this is merely a distraction for something greater, something bigger. I need to find out what the fuck that is so that I can either tap into it or duck and run from it before it gets to me and mine. It's a shame that we have gotten so far from our true conservative nature that puts us in a position that governs the levels of life and status and true appreciations of the hard work that people put in to receive the things that they received over time. I remember there was a time when you could say, well, I make $35,000 a year. $35,000 a year was a lot of fucking money back then. And people were able to live comfortably. But because things began to get more and more liberal and open and accepting, And people got accepting because people were looking at the volumes and numbers that they could return on their investments. They made things more and more accessible to regular folks, and regular folks had no place being in certain places and spaces. I can tell you right now, the last All Star game I've ever been to was in fucking 2000. Goddamn, 2000. Fuck yeah. And I'm gonna take. Oh no. It was one after that. One in Miami. But before that, there was a time when you didn't see people unless they were in a certain status, a certain lane, even at the fights. It was in Vegas, was Atlanta. You didn't see regular folks moving around. And I'm just using this as a hypo. It's not a hypo, but as an example. When you are seeing people walking up and down the street at night with luggage because they have no place to stay and they just wanted to be somewhere, you know the jig is up. The jig is up. I can't be there. It's a liability. And I'm saying this to say that a lot of things that we have seen over the last maybe 10 years, 15 years has dictated this sense of entitlement for everybody that has a voice or has a soapbox to stand on and say some shit. When in all actuality, it has to be a level of governance where, no, motherfucker, you can't speak here. No, you can't show up here. No, you cannot do X, Y, and Z here unless we vet you. Because we're setting an example, we're setting a tone, we're setting a thing. Even us as foundation of Black Americans, when I say that means the survivors of slavery and the creators of a lot of things, even down to hip hop. Okay, here you go. Fat Joe is now on his way to be quasi canceled because of his statement that he made about us. He was just booed in Chicago. Keep up the good work. What I'm saying to you is the average individual that looks at, just say him and who he hangs with, who's around, and then just at a glance, you would think that, okay, he's one of us. When in all actuality, he claims something else. He's a tether. Not taking anything from him, his contribution to hip hop or whatever the fuck you want to call it, not taking anything from it. But what I'm saying is you cannot come out and take a stance where you have no legs to stand on. Your facts are false. There was a thing back in the 70s, 80s. You couldn't go into people's neighborhood. You couldn't go on people's strips. You couldn't go into people's, spots and make money unless they knew you were there and you gave them a cut. We're survivors of slavery and foundational Black Americans. I'll say, and I'm saying survivors of slavery here because it's indicative to who we actually are. We have to be in the position to vet everyone that comes and stands in front of people and say they represent us when they actually don't represent us. They have no clue as to anything that we've suffered, gone through, dealt with, anything. Um, it's bad when you have people like Fat Joe. He made his millions with us, on us, through us. Sure, he crossed over a little bit, but the majority of his motherfucking money came from us. Okay? Whether it was the concerts, the nightclubs, the walkthroughs to the nightclubs, to those local promoters that were able to give him that dollar to come through. And a lot of the young promoters back in the early 2000s that would book through people I know to get him to come through the clubs and that kind of shit. Yeah, he ate. But for you to turn around and say some of the things that you said because you felt some kind of way because you were trying to take credit for something that you couldn't take credit for. It's a problem. Excuse me. And when I say vetting people to the point where we can upfront say, this is who we see you at, this is where we place you in our community. Just know this is where we place you. And because you're here, you're gonna pay the tax that we pay. We pay double tax, you pay double tax. Problem is, we've been set on our asses constantly by those that we have been propped up to believe that this is how you make it. When in all actuality, the average entertainer ain't but a fucking whore. Waiting for somebody else to give them $1 to go do something. Shake your ass, show me what you're working with. That's it. That's all. Shake your ass, show me what you're working with. And honestly, a lot of them going to do a lot of other things that's going to be strange for that little piece of change. Yeah. See, people will say, okay, even on the front end, right? We talk about the other side of Democrats, say, oh, they're 1,600,000 and so on and so on, went up, blah, blah. And then now we talk about these guys here that are making their dollars on the back end. But we talk about all of the people who've made dollars around us to do different things, to sway our minds and how we wear our clothes or how we govern ourselves, how we talk to each other as men and women, black men and women to each other in our relationships. Even our daughters and sons do the same thing now. And even our younger children know the lyrics to a lot of these songs and don't even know their alphabets or their 1, 2, 3s because they're pushing an agenda. Malcolm X couldn't put it any clearer. Any entertainer is just that, the entertainer. And the sad part about it, when you look at any presence that we have in society, is merely the entertainment. We're the entertainment. That's it. We don't own shit. We're entertainment or we're the consumer. We're not even sweat equity anymore because we don't do the jobs that consider any sweat to be in it because motherfuckers will say, well, shit, I ain't going over to shovel no shit. You'd rather lay in shit than turn a shovel. But yet and still, most millionaires in this day and age, those are the blue collar workers. Those are the ones that are out here doing those jobs that most niggas ain't gonna do. But we want to talk about these people here going up in the White House today, and trust me, you got to look at the motherfuckers' track record to know who they are. Even in the first thing, I was in college, but I applauded the fact that he got in because my background was real estate. And I knew what the Democrats had done long before. They had fucking fucked up the banks. They had deregulated the banks, whole down shit. They didn't want to bail out every fucking body. The minute he got in, he was able to deregulate the banks. I'm just saying someone like me who's able to see, oh, I can get some money right now. This is how we, as survivor of slaves in this country, foundational Black Americans, we need to be looking at everything. How can I benefit from the shit that they're doing? Because if they're doing it, they're benefiting from it. We need to benefit from it. We need to be ahead of the curve and we need to line things up so that we can receive the same benefits that they are. Because it's merely about the dollar at this point. If you're over 30, 35 years old and you out here trying to make a fucking dollar, you in the fucking way. And that's all it's about. You can talk about the trips, the hanging out, the clubs, the trinkets, all of that shit, man. Listen, if you are really not trying to make a dent in your existence to live beyond you, you are in the way. I want a motherfucker in places like this that is about the dollar, that is about his business, not about the business of creating programs to oppress and to rob and steal from us even more because hell, just because they give you a fucking house in Section 8 or some bullshit like that, that money's got to come from somewhere. So you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. No, I'd like to put people in line and put people in place so that we have some order to things because you got to tear it down to build it back up. Align people like they're supposed to be and then give them the opportunity to earn it outright. And then taking all of these motherfuckers that had rolled over here around the world and traded with us and robbed from us and not paying us and shit like that, taking our jobs out of here. Man, check them motherfuckers on the chin on the way up out of here. Because trust and believe me, you couldn't roll up on my motherfucking nowhere I was at and get some money and leave. Hell no, you laid you down before you got to the corner. Same thing. Same premise. Got to be in a position to get what's ours back, but at the same time, redistribute it with the people it belonged to from the beginning. So I'm going to say this to my people. Do your homework. Start looking at your status corrections. Start looking at getting your passport, updating your passport if you have one, your statuses. You need to have at least 5 stars in that passport because now it's going to guarantee and govern you different things like your do not detains, all of your shit is in that. I don't want to get in too much because I'm going to come back and visit this, but there are certain things that you need to have in place, even down to your contract that you have been signed over, assigned to, assigned at birth by your parents that didn't know any better. Start correcting your status and getting a living certificate. Do it now. I'm trying to tell you, get on it now. If you're interested in what I got going on, man, how can you check? How's a person, what do you mean, how's a person find out? How does a person find out about what, Brooklyn? Happy New Year, Ken. Yeah, you get, like I said, get to your point, man, where you can actually start to do your research on correcting your status. If you have a birth certificate and you have a birth certificate that's been signed by your parents, you need to correct that status. Your status with stars. There you go. If you don't have it, it's how do you check? It's basically you start with the State Department. The State Department is actually where you're going to actually go and get it. They're the only ones who are going to actually be able to begin to correct your status. There's a certain way you're going to have to fill out your forms, that kind of thing. But I'm not going to get into it right now. We can get into it. If you just, leave me your information, I could reach out to you and I'll set up a consult with you, man, and get you right. But you got to do that, man. It's a great feeling to be able to drive down the street, get pulled down, lay that shit out, and I promise you, the individual that stops you, they'll be befuddled to say, "Well, damn, how'd you maintain or how'd you acquire this status, or what makes you so special?" Your diplomatic immunity is more than enough to stand on your position because what it does, it takes you out of the contract and puts you in a position where you're living under the actual Constitution in itself. I'm not in business. We're not in commerce as we move about. Our status is basically we are all corporations doing business. We are not in a free state as we would say. We're in a state of freedom, but we're in a state of governance by the government. Yeah. Even more so, man. Like I said, now because you got this individual who's in here now, there are a lot of patriots walking around. These patriots that look like them, that have already corrected their statuses in a lot of ways, and they've opted out. This is what I'm telling everybody now. that look like me, kill yourself. You need to go and put everything that you have in your corporation or in a corporation. That means nothing. You can have arrears on child support and get around that. That means nothing. It means nothing. You're getting yourself to the point where you opt out of any contracts you have with them. That's what you're doing. See, even when you go into the courts, right? What most people don't understand is, okay, even human. Human, the definition of human is a sea creature. Every aspect of the courts is maritime law. This is why you have to unplug, correct your status. Now you're in the laws of the land as opposed to the law of the sea. When you walk into the courtroom and they ask you certain things, I do not understand. I do not comprehend anything you're saying. You can actually walk to the gate and throw their paperwork across them and say you do not accept their charges because you know now you opt out on everything that you are actually being charged with by code because you haven't broken any laws. The Commons, which is the UCC, is the thing that governs the courts that we go into, which is under maritime law. It's like, even stupid being over here, right? The Bar Association. The Bar Association has nothing to do with anything in the United States. The Bar Association is actually something that's been put in the position in the Lords of Parliament in England, or even in domestic flights. Yeah, nothing. Now, what the thing is, I'll tell you like this, and I'm gonna tell you like this. I've had some people who came to me, and they tried to. What actually happened? I had to go back in and help them get their redo their thing, because what ended up happening to them is they ended up putting them on certain lists. And you don't want to end up on those lists. I'm going to discuss those lists right now, but yeah, you got to do it right because it'll take you some time, but yeah. If you're just joining the show tonight, man, listen. I came on tonight to talk about the tax credit, man, that's being taken from the baby mamas. And we talked about Snoop and Nelly and the performers. I can't call them coons. They doing what they do. It's just like anybody hired them. Hey, we won't give you $150,000 to come and perform. I would not. I would tell them anybody to not go and do your job. Go do your fucking job. Doesn't mean that I'm buying into what you do. You just paying me to come and do my job. Whether I was a janitor, performer, chef, whatever, I'm gonna come and feed my family. You got the money, I'm coming. Doesn't mean I have to buy into anything you're talking about or who you are. I'm just coming to do my job. I can't knock these people. And those that have a problem with it, man, you got too much motherfucking time on your hands and you do something with yourself. And I think it's a lot of jealousy because of the fact that, if you were in a position to make that $150,000 to go and perform for this man, you would go get that money too. So messing with your sucker shit. And ladies, if you took your baby daddy to court, yeah, this is a real thing. You will not be able to file taxes on that child. So you need to work that shit out with your baby daddy so y'all can split the tax money. And yeah, shouldn't have fucked with him. Shouldn't have laid with him. Shouldn't have had the kid. If you didn't want to, I don't know. Whatever it is, you lost on this one. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, got to do what we got to do, man. At this point, we got to prepare ourselves because trust me, there are some things that's coming down the pipe that we are not going to be aware or ready for. Yeah, bro. Yeah, hit me up, man. You leave your email on the side, man. I'll inbox you or whatever before end of the show or just after, and that way we can link up if you really want to get your status right, man. I'll put you in pocket. Yeah, do get your status, man. Work on that. Work on correcting your status. And if someone pays child support, the husband gets to file. Yeah, that's what it is. If that's what happens, whoever files for child support, the other one gets the rights to file the taxes on the child. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what's coming. I'm excited to see people's responses because, as I stated before, behind this whole situation, there's so much tension. I mean, trust me, and the YT has come out the woodwork and they just got their chests poke out. And brothers and sisters, I'm gonna say this tonight: if you get ready and you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So get ready now. You don't have to get ready. Just trust me. Somebody's going to test your workout. I'm telling you, God damn it, somebody's going to test your workout. Please believe it. It's coming. It's coming. And tomorrow, man, I'm gonna come back on. I gotta do a little something because this story right here, I'm kind of man, I'm in wow. I question this picture, right? You know, y'all seen this picture. This is at Jimmy Carter's funeral. And I said, you know, what was wrong with it? The only thing that was wrong with it is that Michelle was missing. She was not right here next to this man. All of the first ladies are here except for her. You know why? Because it's come out now that Barry has been bunny hopping with Jennifer Aniston. Damn. Yeah, man. He left Eminem creeping around with Jennifer Aniston. God damn. Yeah. God damn. Yeah, man. We doing like I said during the summer when he was in L.A. and they said that a armed person had walked up to the suburban that he was in. He was in the rear of a restaurant. I guess he was waiting to get in to see whether he was going to see her or see whoever he was creeping with at the point in time. So yeah, this ain't nothing new. This has been going on. This has been going on. God damn shame. God damn. Yeah, Trump. He said Trump rubbed off on Barack. Huh? No, Barack been Barack long before Trump. We just ain't. We just haven't been aware of that. But you know now because the world we live in and information is traveling so fast, people can get caught doing a whole lot of shit. Yeah, that thing. But yeah, man, I came on to put a little paint where it ain't, man. If you like the show, look, follow me, man. Subscribe right here on YouTube, man. Hit the bell, pluck the like, share it, man. Let me know you came through. Also, you can follow me right here on the Insta Slut. Let me know you came through. Yeah. And I'm still messing around with Facebook, which is really about to be like what's the dude? Tom with the white t-shirt on at MySpace? Yeah, yeah. We don't know how that's playing out, man. Listen, I don't know, man. Whether it's an open secret or closed secret, it's not a secret anymore. Trust me. Motherfucker out there getting it. People don't care. But he looked like a bunny hopper anyway. You know, I mean, he was a plant, you know. Tell everybody to go watch the 5 Heartbeats and you'll see him. Him in the 5 Heartbeats. That's Dresser. Yeah. Came on long enough, man. I put a little paint where it ain't. Y'all got painted. God damn it, looking like a pure fresco. I got shit to do. I love y'all, man. If y'all love yourself, man, let people see you love yourself so they know how to love you, man. And I tell you, they have no choice but to love you the way that you love yourself. And all you're getting, I hope you can get some understanding. I hope you got some understanding from me tonight. And if not, shit, tough titty. Get the fuck off my line. Peace. Love you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective.
Fuck that shit. I ain't going nowhere. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm still here, goddammit. Look, here's a question, right? If let's say you got a ticket to go to the inauguration today, right? And they said, okay, you can go. We want you to come, and we got a stipend for you. And they want you to come And DJ, would you go? Would you go? Or would you not go? I'm asking for a reason, God damn it. I'm asking. Hang on. Let me pull this up. Oh, boom. Here it is. Yeah, I got this thing. And I didn't go. Can you see it? I don't know whether you can see it. And they wanted to pay me and shit. I'm like, man, listen. Fuck y'all. I just want to see what y'all gonna do so I can get paid in the long run. I don't want no short money from y'all. They ain't knock the fact that they wouldn't make their money. Anyway, y'all get ready. I'm sure that there's going to be some things that people are not going to approve of. Yeah, just look at it as this. As I said before, it's just a distraction. Just a distraction. You got to look at the bigger thing. What's really actually going to come? Hmm. Hang on one second. Something I wanted to say. Wow. Hang on. Hang on. One second. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Heads of all departments and agencies in the executive branch of government shall, as soon as practicable or predictable, take care of all necessary steps to terminate remote work assignments or arrangements and require employees to return to in-person work at their respective duty stations on all full-time basis, provided that department and agency heads shall make exemptions they deem necessary. You know, since COVID, a lot of you motherfuckers have been home just chilling, working in your boxes, working in your briefs and thong, and just putting a little shirt on. You naked from the bottom. You do your little Zoom meeting, and you go back and you sit on the couch. You put the little, they sold the little toggle things that you just buy and you just hook it up, and the motherfucker toggle to the mouse. So you be at the mall shopping and doing all your shit. Yeah, that shit dead. And you're gonna take your punk asses back in that office, and you're gonna sit at that desk, and you're gonna do that goddamn work. That's what's happening. This is the day of accountability and of the reckoning that needs to be happening for you niggas. I am tickled pink, man, because I know a lot of people that's supposed to have been in cubicle nation, but they've been home just chilling like a motherfucker. And listen, I'm gonna say this to you. I feel for you. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna see you off when you go to work in the school. See you when you get home. I'll give you some uh um the fruity snacks, and pack you a little water and some lunch, and give you some money for ice cream at the lunchtime. Mm, mm, mm. Don't hate the player, hate the game. God damn it, you played the game. You got off for the last 2-3 years. It's time to take your punk ass back in the office, man. People want to see you. People want to see you in there. Yeah, they need to see you right on in the office, doing your work. Sit down at the desk and stop messing around and taking the goddamn people's money. Yeah, that's what you're doing. Taking the money, taking the goddamn people's money. Go on back in there and get that work done where you not have a job. Gave all that time to the good old government, and you got to go back in there. Yeah, that's what happens. Don't be triggered. Don't be triggered. Don't be triggered. Don't be triggered. Don't worry about it. Don't trigger. Doesn't make a difference. Just let it go. It's a good thing that you are able to process yourself as long as you have, and being able to get yourself back in line to go to work. It's all right. People will be waiting for you to see you come through the door and sit down at that desk, do these meetings and shit. I'm tickle pink. You got to take your ass back in it. One of those things. One of those many executive orders. Anyway, I'm tired. Good night.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert! All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.